Peace be upon you. Do you want the best way to memorize the Holy Quran? Have you ever tried to memorize the Quran and found yourself unable to do so? Do you ever wish to become someone who has memorized the Book of Allah? This video is made especially for you, and by Allah's will it will change a lot for you. By Allah's will, I will mention in this video the optimal method for memorizing the Holy Quran. And I will share with you several points in this video that you must apply, and they are very easy, God willing. I will also mention several points that you must avoid, and by Allah's will, they are easy and require nothing from you. Let us seek Allah's help and begin.
My Quran purifies my soul. My Quran protects my affairs. My Quran is my lifeline. My Quran is the heartbeat of my life. Purifies my soul, protects my affairs.
Before we begin, I hope you will subscribe to this channel and give this video a like so it can reach as many people as possible. First, I will explain the ideal method for memorizing the Holy Quran. And I will give an example for this. If you understand this example, God willing, you will understand this method to a great extent. In this example, a person wanted to build a tower consisting of 30 floors, so he went to two construction companies. The first company said, "We have a specific system for building towers." He asked, "What is this system?" They said, "We build the first floor as a rough structure, then we plaster this floor, then we install the electrical and plumbing systems. Then after that we paint, then we install the remaining finishing touches for the house, then we prepare the furniture so that once it is ready to live in, we rent it out. Then after that we move on to the second floor, and when we move to the second floor, we do the same as we did with the first floor. We build a rough structure, then plaster it, then install the plumbing and electrical fixtures, then bring in the furniture and set it up there. Then after that, we move on to the third floor and do with it just as we did with the second and first floors. And so on until we finish all 30 floors." So this man went to another company and they told him, "We have a different system from the first company." He asked, "What is this system?" They said, "We build the entire tower as a rough structure first, and then we plaster it all at once. Then after that, we install all the plumbing and electrical fixtures from start to finish. Then after that, we paint it, and then after that, we furnish it completely. This is our method." Of course, that's the end of the example. Now I ask, which one is better? You will undoubtedly say that the second method is better, and the same goes for memorizing the Holy Quran. This is the ideal way to memorize the Holy Quran, and it closely resembles the method used by the second company, which is to memorize the Quran from beginning to end. And it is not required that your memorization be 100% accurate. You can memorize even just 20%, like the building, when only its structure is completed. Is it suitable for living in? No, it is not suitable for living in. Similarly, when you memorize the Quran for the first time, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can memorize it with an accuracy of 20 to 30%. The more accurate your memorization is, the better. After that, you go back from the beginning of the Quran to the end and try to perfect it even more. Then, when you finish the second round, you review again and perfect it. Then you review a fourth time and perfect it. Then you review a fifth time and perfect it. And after you have done this 25 or even 50 times, you move on to the next stage, which is mastering tajweed. After that, you move on to the different recitations until you become proficient in reciting the Holy Quran. And every time you go back to perfect your memorization of the Quran, it will be easier for you than the previous time. You complete the first round with about 20% accuracy. Then when you finish the second round, it will be easier for you. This percentage increases from 20 to 50. Then in the fourth round, it increases to 60, then to 70, then to 80, until you master the Quran to a great extent. Some young people I know did not perfect the Quran until they had completed 50 rounds. Some needed 40 times, others 30. People's abilities vary. But if you want to memorize the Quran perfectly from the very first time, that's almost impossible. Now, I will mention several points that you must apply on your journey to memorizing the Holy Quran. The first point is one of the main reasons many young people stop memorizing the Quran. And this point is also one of the biggest drawbacks of charitable organizations. Despite the esteemed status and great value of charitable organizations, which only an ingrate would deny, there are reasons that have prevented them from implementing or acting on this reason. This point is continuity. Continuity. If you want to memorize the Quran, keep going. Can you keep going? If you can, then you can memorize the Quran even before you start memorizing it. The first question I ask a person is, can you keep memorizing the Quran daily without stopping? It's okay to take a break for 4 or 5 days a month, that's fine. The problem is that some young people, when the vacation comes for months, they stop memorizing the Quran completely. And then after that, they come back and want to memorize the Quran again. How do you expect to memorize the Quran if you go about it this way? Some of us get sick for a day or two and then stop for a week or two. Some of us have a guest come over for a day or even just for an hour and then stop for a whole week. Some of us feel a bit of laziness for a day or two and then stop for 2 or 3 weeks. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, every deed has its enthusiasm and every enthusiasm has a period of slackening. So whoever's period of slackening is in accordance with my sunnah has succeeded. Therefore, do not stop. Do not cut off. Eid will come to you. The vacation will come to you. Guests will come to visit. You will have to travel. Work will come at you from every direction. Do not stop. Keep going, even if it's just a little. The second point, you must connect with a person or sheikh who will help you memorize the Quran. And if you are able to join Quran memorization circles, that is even better. For you will not be able to memorize the Quran except with a sheikh or with someone else. Because the Quran is learned through oral transmission and not just by reading, except for those whom Allah has shown mercy to. But our teachers, their teachers, and the entire Ummah have memorized the Quran in this way. Even Muhammad, peace be upon him, to whom the Quran was revealed, received it orally from Gabriel, peace be upon him. The third point is an important one, but it's not a problem if you don't manage to do it. But if you do manage to implement it by Allah's will, it will encourage you, increase your motivation, and greatly inspire you to memorize the Quran. This has been tried, and many young people have experienced it and benefited from it tremendously. This point is to set aside a day in the week, or 2 or 3 or 4 days in the month, according to your ability and your schedule. For example, you could choose Friday. Make this day your leap day. It's called the leap day. On this day, for instance, you memorize 10 to 20 pages. Of course, this is after you've gotten used to memorizing larger amounts. If you apply this method, you'll find that after some time, you're much closer to your goal. This method provides a strong psychological boost that motivates you to continue memorizing the Holy Quran. Because when a person sees that they're getting closer and closer to their goal, they become encouraged and keep going. But when they see that year after year passes and they're not getting closer to the goal, in fact, they're moving further away, they become discouraged. So this method is effective in this regard. In the final section, there are several points you must avoid. You should avoid them as if you were fleeing from a lion. First, be careful not to compare yourself to others or to someone who has been memorizing the Quran for years, like the Imams of the Haram. You want to become like them from the very first day, but from the very first year, you won't be able to. Similarly, don't compare yourself to students who participate in Quran memorization competitions, because these people have gone before you, worked hard, and are many stages ahead of you in memorizing the Quran. So don't compare yourself, don't exhaust yourself, and never look at them. Just focus on yourself. These people only reached this level of precision, mastery, and excellence in recitation after hardship and going through many stages. And God willing, you will reach what they have reached. Some young people enter a mosque, hear the Imam recite a verse, and want to continue the verse but can't. He says, "Oh, I'm not a memorizer." Then he goes back to the Sheikh and says, "Sheikh, I'm not a memorizer, and I want to stop my memorization and just review what I've already memorized." And he stops for a week or 2 or 3. Sometimes for a month or 2, he stops. He wants to master this so that when he enters with the Imam and hears the Imam recite, he wants to be able to continue the Imam's recitation. The second point that you must avoid, beware, and I repeat, beware of switching between teachers. Unless something comes between you and your teacher, then there's no problem. Or if circumstances force you to leave this teacher, then move to another teacher, there's no issue with that. But to switch between teachers just because one is strict or another is tough or another isn't motivating, I absolutely do not advise you to do that. This will waste your time. Most of those who kept switching between teachers were not able to reach their goal. The third point that you must avoid, be careful if you miss memorizing for a day or 2. To compensate for this saving, beware of trying to make up for that memorization, though not try to make it up. For example, one of the students was absent on Sunday and Monday. And then on Tuesday, he wanted to bring the memorization for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday all in one day. I never advise you to use this method, not even for a single day. Never do it, unless your teacher or your study plan forces you to make up for the memorization you missed. Why shouldn't I make up for it? For two reasons. The first reason is that you will either burden yourself with more than you can handle, or you will end up memorizing weekly. So try as much as possible not to make up for it. Start fresh, start strong, and then move forward. And finally, to every student in the Quran memorization circles, or to every student of knowledge, keep this verse in front of your eyes whenever you feel tempted to leave the Quran memorization circles or to abandon seeking knowledge. Remember this verse. Allah the Exalted said, "And if you turn away, He will replace you with another people, then they will not be the likes of you." So if you stop memorizing the Quran, someone else will memorize it. And if you stop seeking knowledge, someone else will seek it. So the winner is you, and the loser is you. You are the one who needs the Quran, not the Quran who needs you. And finally, thank you for listening to this episode. I hope everyone subscribes to this channel and also likes this video so it can reach as many people as possible. Peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you.